All right. All right. We are live. All right, everyone. I am J.R. Dukes, your host. Welcome to J.R. Dukes Law. And I am experimenting with the StreamYard software. Basically, I want to see how I like it. Maybe I'll like it, maybe I won't. So far, it works pretty good. Generally, I've been putting out video clips that I've had time to make, edit, tweak, whatever. I generally just use iMovie. And then I post general subjects that I'm interested on the internet, on YouTube from time to time. And I was thinking that I might like to actually live stream because, frankly speaking, I like talking about anything and all things pertaining to the law. I love teaching people about the law. I love to basically point out things to you about the law that you might not be aware of, that you might not know how it works, how exactly. Basically, a lawyer is licensed. They can only tell you so much. They have to basically be beholden to the American Bar Association, their local bar association, whatever. Myself, I'm not beholden to anyone. My background is a business background. Before I moved here to sunny Zephyr Hills, Florida, I have ran and owned and managed businesses all across the country. And trust me, I have seen my share of the inside of a courtroom. And I know how things work. I can tell you things that frankly no one else can. And if you like talking about the law, if you like to just ask questions, if you need guidance, I am the person that you could ask. I am here for you. That's the only reason I do this. I enjoy helping people. I enjoy teaching people. And if I have anything of value that I may be able to offer you, feel free to subscribe to my channel, hit the thumbs up button, and make sure you hit the bell notification so whenever I do go live, you'll know I'm live and you can go ahead and join in on the conversation. So, obviously everybody right now is talking about the Johnny Depp and the Amber Heard trial. I have been watching it on and off since it has started. To be perfectly honest with you, I think the trial has went really well for Johnny Depp. I'm somewhat surprised it's went as well for him because when I started hearing all of their secrets being spilled out for the world to hear, I was thinking to myself, man, this is not going to end well for him. He's going to seriously regret this. See, the thing is, folks, when you go to trial, when you go to court, you don't know what a jury is going to do. Whether it's a civil trial or a criminal trial, you're rolling the dice. You just never know what's exactly going to happen. That's the reason why most people, especially people with money, stay the hell out of court. Because when you're in court, it can go your way, and then again, it cannot go your way. And in this particular case, I believe that Johnny Depp is suing for $50 million, and then Amber Heard has countersued him for $100 million in this defamation case. Again, very risky if you ask me. It's not something that I would have done. However, it may work out for him. We'll just have to wait and see. My original prediction in this entire thing was the jury is going to go to the back. They're going to deliberate this situation, and they're going to be like, hey, we're not too happy with either one of these people. And basically what they do is they come back with no one getting anything. Or maybe they have a win for Johnny Depp and they award him $1. Essentially, in that scenario, you're giving someone back their good name, is essentially what Johnny Depp, in my opinion, is looking for. And a verdict like that would send that type of message that, yes, he was defamed and we're going to give him $1 as a result of it. I would say the less likely scenario, in my opinion, is that Johnny Depp will be awarded a sizable amount of money. I don't see that happening. It could happen. You never know. We'll just have to wait and see. As far as Amber Heard and her $100 million countersuit, I don't see any chance in hell that's going to happen. Again, you never know when it comes to a jury. You never know when you walk into that courtroom how exactly 7 strangers in this particular situation is going to rule. They may think that both these people are crazy and give each party nothing, or they may say, hey, there's merit to one side or the other, and it may be a surprise verdict for us all. We'll just have to stay tuned and see. But obviously, these two people had some serious issues. They have had serious relationship issues. And some people may just say, hey, this is nothing more but a continuation of their sick, dysfunctional relationship. It just happens to be that this courtroom is the newest venue for their fight, for their sick relationship. Again, we'll just have to see exactly what happens and what transpires. If you ever do have a question for me, I wanted to mention to you briefly, you can always reach me at my direct email address, which is simply reachjrdukes@gmail.com. Just like it says on the screen, reachjrdukes@gmail.com. If you have a question, I like to talk about things involving asset protection, whether it has to do with wills, trusts. I talk a lot about the Florida homestead protection in the state of Florida, not just the tax benefit you get here in Florida by having a homestead, but the asset protection here in Florida. You can move to the great state of Florida, buy a home in cash, theoretically, and at that point, as long as you intend on moving into the house, you are fully 100% protected from any and all creditors. Now, there is a few other things that I need to highlight in that particular scenario and talk about, and I have many videos on my channel pertaining to that exact subject. But in general, that is one of the most wonderful things about the state of Florida. Florida is the most friendly, the way I've always said it is Florida is the most friendly debtor jurisdiction in the world. Just that simple. You can come here, buy a house, and as long as you pay your mortgage and your taxes, you don't ever have to worry about losing your house. If you have a family, if you have someone that you're supporting, you don't ever have to worry about your wages being garnished. They can't even take the money out of your checking account. And there's a whole list of other benefits to the state of Florida, such as your retirement funds are fully protected. Not every state protects accounts like IRAs the way that the state of Florida does. So these are all things that I love to talk about and that you need to know about. So be sure to tune in. And if you have any questions, like I said, just drop me an email at my address there, and I'd be happy to get back to you and respond to you. I also love talking about police officers and how we interact with the police officers, and basically I'm on a mission to teach everybody to shut up. When it comes to the police, you need to be quiet. You need to be silent. But it's not as simple as that. You need to make sure you understand in any type of dealing with the police, you're at risk. You're at substantial risk. You're at risk of losing your liberty, and frankly, nowadays, you're at risk of losing your life. I am not one of these nuts that is all about defunding the police or don't need police or anything like that. That's not anything close to what I'm about. I want to see a lot of reforms take place in the police department, the policing system itself. Stuff like civil forfeiture, it's got to go. All police need to be accountable. All police need to be made to wear body cameras with sound every single second they're on the job. There needs to be uniform procedures across the country. I mean, the list goes on and on that I have developed over time, but what you need to understand is when you're interacting with the police, you need to not talk with the police. And it used to be that simple, don't talk to the police. But nowadays, in the wake of a Salinas case out of Texas, it's not quite that simple. Unless you're in custody or you've been detained, you don't necessarily want to remain silent. You need to exercise your Sixth Amendment right, which basically says you choose to get a lawyer and have a lawyer help you with any type of interaction or any questions that the police may have with you. If you are actually in custody or you have actually been detained, essentially you are in custody of the police. At that point, you got to make sure you're just not silent. You have to articulate, pursuant to Supreme Court cases, that you choose to exercise your full Fifth Amendment privileges. You will not talk, you will not answer questions. Again, these are things I love to talk about, and if you are interested in this particular subject, definitely make sure that you hit the bell notification so you can be made aware of all my videos as they come out. Back on the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial, I have found this trial extremely interesting. As I've watched it, I have to admit, it's pretty entertaining. You also have to remember that both of these individuals are actors and actresses. They are paid to act. So it's kind of difficult. It's kind of funny trying to figure out who is acting and who is not acting, who's being truthful, who's not being truthful. I would say public opinion has definitely swayed Johnny Depp's way. And we'll just have to see how things go. We're all on verdict watch. It looks like, as of court TV right now, they have been deliberating about 5 or 6 hours, and the deliberations are still ongoing. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens and what the verdict is and how it's returned. So I'll be returning a little bit later. I want to talk about a particular article I've come across in Kiplinger pertaining to what if Johnny Depp and Amber Heard had a premarital agreement. I found it to be an interesting read, and it's written by a lawyer that's currently practicing. So I think it'd be a great read, and I'll tune back in later, and you can listen to this particular article that I'll read to you, and we can talk about it. I got some points and some things that might fit you and fit your particular life. I do appreciate you joining me today. We'll be getting together here soon. Always, folks, remember, have a free mind and never give up. I am J.R. Dukes.